I killed a man tonight.
He knew, but couldn't tell.
Where is the body?
She had a hunch, but couldn't prove it. When the pieces come together, it's Murder, She Wrote. Then join host Dick Clark and Lisa Gibbons live from L.A. when Miss USA takes on the world in the 1990 Miss Universe pageant Sunday.
Las Vegas, Joan Rivers.
Tomorrow morning at 9.
Look, Mr.
You don't
Hughes.
listen, do you? What are you doing here?
Father, I'm the one that invited Duke over here. I wanted to explain to him
You don't
why...
have to explain anything to anybody. Not to Duke. He certainly doesn't need an explanation as to why you wouldn't hop into bed with him.
Oh, hey, come on.
Look, I told you at the hospital. I know all about this one-night stand that you had with this Terry girl, so let me spell it out for you. I don't want some guy who will sleep with just any girl to be hanging around my daughter.
This was a mistake.
No. You don't want Duke to be here, then we'll go someplace else.
Then call me if there's any noticeable change with the patient. Thank you.
You could have taken that call upstairs.
I wanted to get some ice anyway.
You sure you're not trying to avoid our conversation?
Well, truthfully, I wanted to cool down a bit.
I know that we haven't had any time together lately.
To state the obvious.
What I don't understand is why would you ask Margot to talk to John?
Why? Because John's the problem. Or a good part of it, and Margot's one of the few people that John will listen to. I better get dressed.
I don't think we should go to Tom and Margot's until we've talked this out.
Fine.
I just feel like you're shutting down on me.
I don't mean to.
Well, I don't see why we can't handle this the way we've handled any other problem between us. I know how frustrating it is for you to see me spend so much time with John, but...
Mom!
We're in here, Andy, in the den.
Hi.
Hi,
How's
son.
it going?
Okay, darling.
Hi,
How are
Bob.
Andy?
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hi, pretty thing. Sit yourself down. What brings you over here?
Well, I went back to the farmhouse and nobody's around. I got a little spooked. I'm not used to being out in the country by myself.
Where's Caleb? He was there just 20 minutes ago taking a shower.
I don't know where he is. He's not there now. I went out to the barn. I called for him there.
How'd the rest of that shoot go?
Oh, it was fine. You know, money's good.
Tony Reyes didn't come back after I left, did he?
No.
Good.
Thanks for getting rid of him, Cal.
It was my pleasure entirely, believe me.
Oh, I meant to talk to you about something when we were at lunch. Maybe it would be a good idea if you didn't mention anything to Caleb about him being there.
I'm afraid that's, it's too late for that.
Oh, boy. How do you react?
Well, you can imagine. Hey, Farmer, how's it going?
Hi, sweetie. Where have you been?
I took a walk around the pond. I was trying to cool off after talking to Tony.
As the world turns. This portion brought to you today by Tide with bleach. It'll knock your socks off, and it'll get them whiter than any other detergent.
I was sure there was no hope. Her white sweater was caked with mud, and the sleeve got caught. No hope.
My pen!
But I tried Tide with bleach.
Your dirt, your dingies, everything's whiter with Tide with bleach. Take a dirty sock. Gets only this white with other detergents, but Tide with bleach gets it gleaming white.
Mud and grime's gone. Mrs. Virginia Dean.
If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
You never know what the day will bring.
This is contract law.
Next building. But the unexpected's a real sure thing. On demand, you're more sure.
You see, Sure responds on demand to work harder when you need it more.
No volunteers?
So Sure helps keep you dry.
You may never know when you need more sure, but sure knows when.
The third party.
correct.
Give you more. Raise your head on demand. You're more sure.
Dutch Boy is now at Sears at introductory sale prices. Get the look with Dutch Boy's satin finish interior or exterior paint. But hurry in because these special prices are here through Saturday only.
There's only one little mint that's sugar-free. SEARS Mini Mints. Sugar-free SEARS Mini Mints. Why some people are more attractive than others.
You talked to Tonio?
Yeah, somebody's got to straighten that guy out. How many times do I have to tell him to stay away from you?
Well, he left right after lunch.
Yeah, I know, so he told me. He gave me the whole song and dance about how the shoot was for one of his new clients, and that's why he had to be there.
Well, you were right there when I asked Dean Avian if he had anything to do with it. I wouldn't have taken this job.
I know. That's probably why Tonio didn't say anything.
Well, at least I had the satisfaction of running him off.
Yeah, but Cal, what's going to happen next time to Julie if one of us isn't there?
Oh, really? You men, now come on. Julie's very capable of taking care of herself. I mean, after all, she's a Snyder woman. I mean, we're a tough breed, right?
Thank you.
I'm going to remind you of that next time you start worrying yourself sick over one of your girl children.
Mom, the thing is why should Julie have to worry herself watching her back all the time?
Yes, you're right about that.
And look, I want you to promise me that you're not going to take any more jobs that Tonio has anything to do with.
Well, shoot, if we can get her fixed up to that fancy agent that Sean recommends, she won't have to worry about that. She'll have all the work she needs.
Well, that would be great, except I already accepted a job on Heart of the City with Dean Avian.
Well, you're just going to have to tell Dean that you'll walk off the set if Tonio shows up.
Oh, now, listen, he can't very well ask the man to leave his own studio.
Well, then he's going to have to find somebody else, Mom.
Caleb, I'll tell you, I'm not sure it's good for Julie's career to start backing out on work that she's already committed to.
No, I guess you're right.
I will if you want me to.
No, it'd be just like Tonio to spread the word that you're unreliable.
After all, what can Tonio do when she's there on television in front of thousands of people?
Look, you're just going to have to promise me that this is the last job you're going to do that Tonio has anything to do with.
Fine, fine. Now can I get my kiss hello, please?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Good. Well, now look, I thought maybe we could have dinner here tonight, since Julie has the night off.
You have the night off?
Yes.
You didn't tell me? I have you all
Let
to
me know.
myself?
You think you can stand it?
Oh, I can try.
Oh, Mama, do you need some help with dinner?
No. I'm just roasting a chicken. It's all
Poor
very
thing.
simple.
Well, now, while that chicken gets a suntan in the oven, why don't you and I adjourn to the other room, listen to Billie Holiday?
He wants me to teach him this dance step. These Texans,
Darn right.
they just can't.
Out loud, who can dance?
I'm going in.
All right. Hello. Yes, she is. May I tell her who's calling? Julie, it's Blythe Nelson for you.
Oh, brother. I wonder what little Mary Manflower wants from me now.
Okay.
Hello? Yeah, Blythe. How did you get my number here? Because I gave it to Dean, and I told him he could reach me if I wasn't at home. Yeah, I thought you were going to come by the shoot today so we could talk about Heart of the City. Yes, I know you're a very, very busy woman, Blythe. What? A production meeting tonight?
Honey, why do you feel you have to put yourself through all this?
Because I think Duke has the right to know about what happened in the work camps, okay? It affects our relationship.
Why? I thought everything was over between you and Duke.
No, we just don't know where we stand. And that's because I haven't been completely honest with him.
Look, honey, I know it's hard for you to talk about this stuff from Vietnam. Why do you feel you have to put yourself through this just for Duke?
It isn't just for Duke. I talked with Franny for a long time, and she said for my sake I should tell him. Father, how can I ever hope to have a normal relationship with any man if I can't learn to deal with what happened?
Honey, you seem normal enough to me.
Oh, well, I'm glad, but I'm not. Not about love and not about sex. Oh, I get so confused.
Honey, you're so young.
I'm 19.
Okay.
I want to talk with Duke.
Okay.
And I'm going to go over to his place because obviously he's not going to be comfortable here.
Fine, go ahead.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
Margot.
Hi, you staying for dinner? Did you make a lot of food?
Yeah, but Duke and I can't stay.
Let's go.
Yeah. Ready?
What happened?
I told Duke at the hospital that I heard all about this one-night stand with this Terry girl, and I told him to stay away from my daughter.
Tom!
Oh, don't you start telling me how he's the perfect guy for my little girl now, okay?
Well, I don't think that's for us to decide.
Oh, she's gonna tell him all about what happened in the work camps like she told us.
Well, I think she should.
Oh, really? Why? As an explanation as to why she didn't hop in the bed with him?
Honey, why don't you trust Lian? She can make her own decisions, okay? I'll get that. Why don't you get us both a glass of wine?
I'll do that. Got a bottle right over here. I'll be back.
Hello? John? Yeah, I know. Tom explained everything. I know, Duke was just here and... No, you can't. They went over to his house to talk. Listen, John, why don't you just stay out of it, okay?
So didn't Franny talk to you guys?
Well, she's not home yet.
I'm just so surprised when Franny originally asked if you wanted to volunteer at the center, you said you didn't want to.
Well, yeah, I was kind of having a rough time myself then. Oh, I wanted to tell you, Professor Wilcox is going to let me make up that F and take it this semester, so I'll only have to take one course this summer.
Oh, I thought you only failed one course, your photography course.
Yeah, well, I want to bring my art history up from a C. I mean, I wasn't functioning too well at the time of the midterm.
How does that affect your summer work?
Well, I talked to Lisa, and I'll probably be able to work part-time at the yacht club.
You mean it's set?
Well, I don't know. I mean, she sounded really vague, but I guess.
Well, you know, you might want to try to get a job in your own field.
Yeah, I thought about that. I even thought about calling Tim Price, maybe apprenticing for him, but I'd have to commute to Chicago and taking classes in Oakdale.
Yeah.
Well, what about the Argus? Maybe you could do some work for Duncan.
Yeah, well, that's a good idea. Yeah, maybe.
So, what are your plans for tonight?
Nothing special.
Well, we're going to Tom and Margot's. I'm sure if I called, they would be happy.
That's right. Now, I'm going to call Paul, and I'm head home and hit the books. Anyway.
Franny and Sean are going to be here cooking. They probably would love to have you join.
Yeah, but that'll include Courtney, and she's kind of a pain. She's really stuck on herself.
Well, I better get dressed if we're going.
Okay, I'm all ready. I just have to tell Joyce what I'm going to give Chris for dinner.
Have a good evening, Andy.
All right, yeah, you too, Bob.
Would you like to come and say hi to Chris?
Sure. In a minute, Mom. Yeah, I want to call Paul first.
Okay.
Introducing Puffs Plus with aloe.
This is in the lotion. It has aloe in it? This little thing is in this. Pretty good. Pretty good.
We put aloe in the moisturizing lotion in new Puffs Plus, and it's unscented.
Puffs Plus is definitely less irritating than my normal tissue. It's nice. It's nice. It doesn't hurt.
My next sore nose belongs to Puffs Plus.
New Puffs Plus with aloe. First aid for your sore nose.
#1 lover. My boyfriend's #2 right now, I think.
Kitchen sinks have to be ready for anything. So it's nice to know that whatever touches your sink is touching a deep down clean surface.
Introducing Better Cleaning Comet with Chlorinol Plus, a power bleach that penetrates tough, greasy food stains better, going deep into those tiny crevices where dirt gets trapped. Dirt other leading cleansers can leave behind.
So your kitchen sink is ready for anything.
New Comet with Chlorinol Plus. Deep down, you know it's better.
The cat's out of the bag. They love the taste of Friskies buffet. Yummy, yummy, yummy Friskies in my tummy. Make me feel like loving you. There's only one cat food whose name says it all. So bring out the Frisky in your cat. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
No other brand has the power of pure ingredients like Mighty Dog. Let Mighty Dog's pure ingredients unleash the mighty in your dog.
Tuesday on CBS. Join Milli Vanilli, Taylor Dane, Whitney Houston, and more in the concert event of the year, Arista Records' 15th anniversary.
So, then I'll have you meet with her for time.
Sorry, I'm...
Oh, hello.
Wait.
Gee, I didn't realize. Shannon, my wife, Eva Slane. Shannon.
Oh, it's nice to meet you.
How do you do?
I didn't know Duncan was married.
Really? Well, I'll find another table. Let you two finish.
No, I think we are. You gonna call me about that photo session?
Absolutely, and I'm sure the readers of Oakdale Magazine will be as fascinated by your story as I am.
Oh, great. Well, it was really nice to meet you, and I hope I see you again.
Well, you know, I don't think that's going to be possible. See, my husband keeps his business matters so private, and I have a busy schedule.
I see. Well, goodbye, and thank you.
Thank you very much, and you'll be hearing from me.
Thought we were doing a piece on local business.
We are doing a piece on local business. Miss Slane happens to own and operate the Pampered Palate.
Ah, well, she obviously doesn't eat those rich desserts she serves. Nor, I bet, does she bake any of them.
Well, now that's where you're wrong. She happened to be a happily married housewife when her husband walked out on her a few years ago, and all she knew was cooking and entertaining. So she started the Pampered Palate from scratch. And she happens to do almost all the cooking herself.
Well, then I misjudged her.
She's lovely, though. How was your day?
Well, actually, we have our hands full out at the center. There's a kid that Margot sent over, Scott Trumbull, who apparently has an IV drug use problem.
Really? Can the staff handle that?
I'm not sure. I think so, but I gave Gibbs the number here and over at Tom and Margot's case.
Well, good. Why don't we celebrate? How about a stinger? Waiter, would you bring a stinger for the lady? And I'd like a single malt scotch just as it comes. Very good.
Excuse me.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Oh, I'd like you to meet my cousin, Lenore Barkley. This is Duncan and Shannon
How do you do?
McKechnie.
Hi.
How do you do?
Hi.
Well, excuse us. Sure.
Nice to meet you, Lenore.
I'd really like to know what happened with Kirk and Iva.
Hi, they were fairly close to the altar, weren't they?
Mrs. McKechnie, overseas phone call from Mr. Gavin Kruger.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I hope you will let Kirk see the children because I know how much he loves them.
I'd like to believe that, but he hasn't seen them in months. He's even canceled several days.
Well, I know some of those cancellations were legitimate, and I know that one of the reasons that he wanted to move back to Boston was to be closer to the children.
But how could he get involved with your sister Ellie? I mean, that's what scares me, Iva. He seems to be able to turn his emotions on and off so quickly. When he was with you, I saw a new Kirk. But now I'm beginning to believe he's the same immature, irresponsible person he always was.
I think that was my biggest mistake.
I'm sorry, I don't follow.
I tried to change him, and Ellie accepts him as he is. And, you know, I was thinking that if I ever fall in love again, I will accept the man as he is, or I will find somebody else.
Thank you for seeing me, Jessica. That phone call from Gail's lawyer really threw me.
Well, that's understandable. Palimony suits have been getting a lot of press lately, and there have been settlements granted.
Isn't there usually some sort of written agreement?
Not always, no. I don't know Gail, so this could be scare tactics on her part to see what she could get, or harassment because she's angry and she wants revenge. Or she may think she has a legitimate grievance.
Right.
Hey, just cool it, okay?
Okay, first I need to know the nature of your relationship with Gail.
Well,
But maybe we could talk about that tomorrow at my office.
no, there's nothing Courtney doesn't already know.
Okay, how did it start?
I met Gail in New York. It was kind of on the rebound from another relationship.
And after a period of time, she moved in with you?
It was about 2 months. Her roommate was getting married or something like that, and that's when she asked if she could move in for a while.
For a while. Was it going to be temporary?
I don't know. We never really discussed it.
Courtney, were you there at the time?
No, I was away at boarding school on Long Island.
Which didn't work out. So we moved Courtney to New York, enrolled her in a private school in Manhattan, and that's when I told Gail she probably had to move out, but she wasn't working, and I certainly couldn't afford 2 rents.
Did you consider that?
2 rents? No, not seriously.
Well, we had a big apartment. It's not like I was sleeping on the floor in the living room or anything. I had my own room.
And you and Gail occupy one of the other bedrooms?
Yeah.
How long did this arrangement last?
2 years, and then it just became impossible. Gail and Courtney would be at each other's throats when I came home, then I'd get in a fight with Gail. It was a lot of fun.
Gail never worked this entire time?
No, well, she had a part-time job at a boutique, but she stopped that when we got serious. I think she was living off the remains of some trust fund when we first met.
Did you ever suggest she get a job?
Oh, yeah.
And her response was?
That it was a full-time job taking care of Courtney and me.
Such a joke.
Court.
Excuse me.
Just...
Hi.
Look what I stumbled across on the way
they're
here.
Beautiful.
I thought that we might... I'm sorry, I didn't realize you had company.
No, it's okay. I think Lily's gonna have to know. Also, I'm probably gonna get some calls at work.
Oh, okay, well, come on in.
I would just appreciate it if it didn't go any further.
Sure, what's the problem?
It seems my ex-girlfriend is suing me for palimony.
Wow. A word that strikes terror into the heart of any single man.
Well, we're just trying to decide if she has grounds.
You think I should call her up and get some idea of what she's after?
Won't that just antagonize her more?
I will be very cool. I will just be very matter-of-fact.
Okay, you can give it a try, but stay calm.
I will.
Okay.
I'm gonna take these out of the box.
Okay, there should be a vase in there.
Great.
Courtney, I know that you made plans to have dinner with Lily tonight, but why don't you have dinner with us instead? I think Sean's gonna need all the support we can give him.
Gail, it's Sean.
Now, for every time life turns up the heat,
I told you we wouldn't know anybody.
a new kind of antiperspirant, Degree.
Total strangers.
I see that.
New Degree is body heat activated. Every time your body heat rises, Degree kicks in with extra protection. Precisely when you need it most, Degree has you covered.
It's about time.
New Degree protects you most when you need it most.
Civil War. Do you think any country could really have a civil war?
Carlin on history.
Pardon me.
Williams on defense.
Instead of building a stealth bomber, just have to go out in the woods, spread some wreckage, and go, one of them crashed.
Wright on real estate.
Bought some land. It's kind of cheap. It was on somebody else's property.
Rudner on dating.
Wasn't that no one asked me to the prom. It was that no one would tell me where it was.
Comedy on HBO. Simply the best.
The new mouth. The new improved close-up mouth.
It's the first fluoride toothpaste and mouth rinse in one.
For a healthy, cleaner close-up mouth.
Tonight, it's ragu fresh Italian pasta sauce.
How fresh can it taste?
Ragu fresh Italian, cooked with more crushed tomatoes for more fresh tomato taste.
Cunning female bandit strikes paradise.
She's a professional.
And Amelia's out for revenge, but vengeance has its price on Paradise. Then, some must face atrocity,
It's like we're a bunch of guinea pigs for the chemical companies.
while others must stand up to stop it. Lee Majors, Carl Weathers, Tour of Duty following Paradise, Saturday. Get ready for some sugar and spice, Friday.
Ice cream, anybody, Julie?
No, thank you. I'm trying to be good and watch my weight.
What weight?
You can heat
You'd know what she was talking about if you'd seen what she was wearing at that photo shoot.
Oh, yeah? What was she wearing?
Just a new line of lingerie.
Lingerie?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm thinking about buying some for Emma.
Oh, Mr. Strickland, don't you know that we farm girls don't wear underwear?
You want some ice cream, sweetie?
Yeah, what the hell?
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll get it. You sit tight.
Okay.
None for me, and a small portion for you.
Oh. Hey, I was mighty proud of you the way you told Blythe Nelson that you were not going to any production meeting tonight.
Yeah, can you believe the nerve of that woman? She was supposed to show up at that shoot today, and then she calls and expects me to jump up.
You know, Tonio was probably showing up there as well.
Honey, please don't even mention his name, all right?
Fair enough.
Want to take a walk after you finish your ice cream?
It's a deal.
Listen, before we all disappear here while we're eating ice cream, there's something that I want to talk about. Now, Emma and I have talked this over, and we both feel bad about the fact that you lost your kids in that nasty divorce battle with your ex-husband.
Yeah. He hired himself an expensive lawyer and had me declared an unfit mother. Maybe I wasn't perfect, but I really love my kids.
Well, we know. And Caleb and I talked this over, and this is what we think we ought to do. I'll stake you to a fancy lawyer of your own. We'll go back into court, and we'll bring those kids here to the farm to share this new life with you and Caleb.
Well, Adam's out like a light. What can I do to help?
Everything's done, thanks to Lynn.
Yeah, I wish she was here.
Hey, honey. Am I forgiven for being a little heavy-handed earlier?
You weren't particularly heavy-handed. I think that's my forte these days. Thanks for fielding the phone call from John.
Yeah, well, he's just looking out for his kid, just like you.
Well, as I see it, it's not quite the same thing. I mean, John's interrupting my dad's marriage looking out for Andy.
Yeah. Well, he is spending an awful lot of time with Kim. It's making Bob a little nuts.
A little, yeah.
Little, yeah. But he's concerned about Andy. And, hey, now you know what it's like to let your kids go and make their own mistakes, don't you?
Yep. Boink. I understand my dad's frustration. I mean, he hasn't had 5 minutes with Kim since she got back from Chicago with John.
I know it's a problem for everyone, but let's go have some wine.
You got it.
Did you find that bottle of Burgundy?
As a matter of fact, I didn't know.
Well, what's going on here? I gotta tell you, Kim was missing a couple of bottles before at her house, but then, of course, she thought that it was Andy, and Andy was here before.
No,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
dad and Kim have enough to worry about. Listen, don't even mention that tonight. I probably just misplaced it. Put it somewhere.
No, come on, Paul. I don't want to butt in on you and Renee. I wanted to ask you a favor. I'm kind of low on cash. Could you lend me $50 to get some photo supplies? Well, you know how my dad is. I mean, he'll probably accuse me for wanting it for booze. No way. All right, forget I asked.
Andy, I just saw Leanne and Duke heading for his place, if you want to say hello.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah, I guess there are a lot of memories out there at Julie. Well, Andy, it takes a long time when you've really been in love with someone.
You know, you are really the only one who's understood.
Well, I'm glad you think that.
Listen, Bob, I hate to ask, but could you...
Did you get hold of Paul, honey?
No, actually, I did. He's got plans with Renee. I was thinking of going over and visiting with Duke and Leanne for a while and then heading home.
Hi, gang.
Hi.
Oh, hello there.
Hi, guys. Andy, listen, we're gonna cook up a feast here. You want to join us? No, thanks. I got to study. All right, Courtney, give me a hand with these so you can help me in the kitchen. You can try Lily again. Don't worry, I won't let her cook.
Have fun.
What'd you want to ask me?
Oh, nothing.
We'll be talking.
Sweetie, listen, I wonder if you could try to get Andy to stay here. I have a feeling he's in trouble. I just saw him at the liquor cabinet a little while ago. I mean, it's empty, but still.
Yeah, all right.
Okay?
Whatever you think. We better be going.
All right, darling.
See ya. I'll walk you guys out.
Andy, can you stay just a minute, please?
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Listen, I'm gonna volunteer at the center.
Stop it, Andy. Just stop it, all right?
Stop what?
All the lies.
What did she get me? This isn't my regular Raisin Bran. Raisin Nut Bran? What's Raisin Nut Bran? It's got raisins covered in nuts. Raisin nuts. Oh boy, I like raisin nuts. Now I'll have to tell her I like Raisin Nut Bran.
Okay, I like it.
I knew it. She's gloating.
Raisin Nut Bran, 1 bowl, and you'll be ours.
When I played football, I crunched quarterbacks. But now I crunch these, JB's Pigskins. The new pork rinds.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
Just this much Cortaid heals more kinds of itches than all of these. And for irritating rashes, more doctors recommend Cortaid than any other brand. Cortaid. It heals.
Do certain women
possess a beauty secret you do not? Yes. New DuPont Certified Stainmaster Luxura Carpet. It's richer, it's thicker, and it's Stainmaster. Exclusively DuPont.
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment.
Shadow Stevens is a cop with a real altitude problem.
You're crazy.
People are always saying that.
Loose Cannon, a special 2-hour movie tonight. Monday on City, Zsa Zsa Gabor gives local government her own hands-on treatment.
There's something about the man in a uniform.
Zsa Zsa takes on City Hall Monday.
This is CBS.
We got the price that's right and so much more. We're King Cullen, Long Island's own.
Check these Easter savings at King Cullen. Breyer's ice cream, regular or light, $2.49 a half gallon. Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, slice or mug root beer, 79 cents a 2-liter bottle. Brawny towels, 59 cents for the jumbo roll. And Progresso tomatoes, whole, crushed or puree, 69 cents.
We got the price that's right and so much more. We're King Cullen, your Long Island star.
Imagine stepping into life 200 years ago in colonial Williamsburg. A living, breathing, working town. A town waiting to be discovered, experienced, explored. Another way of life is waiting for you. See it. Live it. For information, call 1-800-HISTORY and come to colonial Williamsburg.
If you have questions about your New York State income tax return, help is only a free phone call away. Call toll-free 1-800-CALL-TAX.
They say they're squeaky clean, but a controversial art show is uncovering the senior side of Cincinnati on hard copy. Tonight at 7 on 2.
And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Franny, what are you talking
This
about?
act. This perfect son, perfect brother act.
Since when? Like what?
Like showing up at Sean's to discuss Mom and Dad's anniversary party, like dropping by the center to talk about doing volunteer work.
I do want to
like
do
dropping by
volunteer work,
everywhere,
Fran.
Andy, to try to convince the world that you are okay.
Listen, Franny, you go be a shrink with all the kids at the castle, but I don't need it.
Really? Then why are you getting so defensive?
I'm not. Even if I am, so what? Why shouldn't I be? You're attacking me. I haven't done anything.
Then where are the 2 bottles of liquor that are missing from Mom and Dad's?
Doesn't it ever occur to anyone that maybe it wasn't me who took those 2 bottles? Maybe it was Duke or Joyce?
Saw you looking into the liquor cabinet tonight, Andy.
Yeah, so I did. I was testing my willpower.
Alcoholism isn't about willpower, Andy. It's a disease. Now, you know that as well as I do.
Yeah, I know. That's why I haven't touched a drop since I left Chicago.
You're lying to me, Andy. Just like you did when Julie moved out. It didn't bring her back then, and it's not going to protect you from the effects of alcohol now. You passed out in a car a year and a half ago. Do you remember that, Andy? You almost died from carbon monoxide poisoning. What's it going to be this time, huh? Being on the road? Taking somebody with you?
The guards were always watching us, even in the shower. And I knew some of the other girls had been raped. But I thought since my mother was a nurse, I was safe. But I could always feel them watching. And one day, this guard came by and sat on my bed. He started stroking my hair and telling me how he had watched me grow up, how I'd become a woman. And he started caressing and massaging my shoulders.
Now what happened?
My mother found him there, and she said that she would go off with him if he would leave me alone. I begged her not to go, but she said that she would be all right and that she would be back. After that night, he came by often, and my mother would go off with him. I was so frightened, waiting for her to return. And when she came back, she would always try to comfort me. But her eyes are different. She was like someone else.
I didn't know.
In my dreams. And sometimes when we're together. I see him there, watching me, touching me. And then I see my mother's eyes.
Sorry, I'll get that. Hey, Pearl, how are you? I'm sorry I can't ask you in.
Oh, no, that's all right. I just need a favor. Can you loan me $20 until I get my next allowance?
Sure, no problem.
I mean, I blew all my money on my portfolio papers.
Yeah, uh-oh. Lousy timing. The only person getting rich this week is my bookie. Here's four. So take 2.
Nah, it's okay. See you. I'll see you there. Thanks, though.
Yeah. Wow. Don't I feel like the jerk? I mean, what I said yesterday about you having a hang-up?
Look, Duke, the only reason why I'm telling you all this is because I need you to know that I'm trying to come to terms with my past. So please just be patient.
Some things you just can't bottle. A touch, a nuzzle. And only you can give your baby breast milk, the most complete baby food. But if the time ever comes when you need a formula, you should know this. No formula is more nutritious than Gerber baby formula. Talk to your doctor about it. If it doesn't come from you, shouldn't it come from Gerber?
A lot of people can't wait until they retire. But I always liked my work. It worried me that when I turned 65, I'd have to leave. Rules are rules, and that was company policy. Then AARP helped get mandatory retirement eliminated. Now I can retire when I want to retire.
Bye, dear.
Not when someone else wants me to.
AARP, making a difference.
Who are the brightest kids in America? Moms rated Thicker Vivid higher than Clorox 2 for making colors and whites look cleaner. So who are the brightest kids in America?
Mine are. Don't just get them clean, get them.
For your wood to survive this treatment,
Coming.
give it the royal treatment with Old English Scratch Cover. It helps cover up scratches, scrapes, and nicks. Give your wood the royal treatment with Old English Scratch Cover.
Oh, come on, Duncan. Gavin only called because Emily gave him my letter of introduction.
Despite the fact that you knew him only for a very short time, a long time ago.
He wanted to call to tell me that he enjoyed meeting Emily.
Oh, I've no doubt about that. I've been doing a little checking up on our Mr. Kruger over at the Argus in the files.
Oh, yeah?
It seems that no lovely young woman is safe where he's concerned.
Well, then you'll be ecstatic to know that he specifically wanted to congratulate me on my happy marriage.
I take comfort in that he acknowledged it at all.
Duncan, how many times do I have to tell you you're the only man in the world for me?
Over and over.
You're the only man in the world for
and
me. You're the
over.
only man in the world for me. Now, can we stop talking about Gavin Kruger and go over to Tom and Margot's?
No. Right. Thank you.
So, I have been dealing with the rape in therapy, and I have realized that it has affected every aspect, every relationship of my life, every part of it.
Whoa. I didn't know. I mean, I knew you must have had Lily when you were very young, but I had no idea.
Yeah, so I hope you can see that, I mean, you can't totally blame Kirk for things not working out. And I do hope that you will let him see the children.
Well, I may, but I still don't want him bringing Ellie along. I mean, I think that would just confuse them.
Maybe. Maybe it would.
You must be pretty angry.
Well, I try not to be. I don't know for sure that Ellie went after Kirk, so.
But all the same, she's your sister.
I know that. But trying to be objective about the whole situation, who knows? She might just be the right person for him.
I just can't believe he could turn off his feelings for you so quickly. And I think that phone call from him this afternoon proves it.
Well, he was just concerned about my feelings, that's all. That's all.
That's a big part of love. And I think you still love him. If you do, go after Kirk.
Miss Barkley. An overseas phone call from a Kirk Anderson.
Well, Sean, I think you've done about all that you can. No, keep trying if you want to. Just keep me posted. Okay, bye.
Sean tried Gail again?
Yeah, and she hung up on him again.
You know, you should just relax. She's an able-bodied woman. The judge will take one look at her, tell her to get off her duff and get a job.
Not necessarily.
You mean you actually think she'll be awarded palimony? That whole idea is such a scam.
A scam?
Yeah.
Blake, there are a lot of women who devote their entire lives to men and end up with nothing.
Well, nobody forced them to do that.
Okay. Suppose a woman waits tables for years to put her boyfriend through law school, and then he decides to dump her once he becomes a successful lawyer. You don't think she's entitled to anything?
Well, that's her choice. I mean, she didn't have to wait tables or help put him through law school.
I suppose you don't believe in alimony either.
Seems to me that there's no whole lot of difference, but okay, if you're foolish enough to tie the knot without a prenuptial agreement, then you have to pay the piper. But those are established rules. Everybody knows that up front. But palimony? No way.
I can see you feel rather strongly about this.
As a matter of fact, I do. I mean, I had a good friend out on the West Coast who broke his back trying to build up his own business while his wife lounged by the pool all day. Then when they split, she took him to the cleaners. And she got custody of the kids as well.
And who raised those kids all that time? Look, Blake, I have no respect for parasites, but a woman who stays at home and runs a house and raises children has just as much of a career as her husband, and I think she's entitled to be compensated.
Absolutely. That's why you put it in writing first. It's just good business.
Well, maybe I'm a hopeless romantic, but I think business belongs in the boardroom, not the bedroom.
And I say get the business out of the way first, so that you can enjoy the bedroom.
Well, the business at hand is dinner. And since you've done such a wonderful job with these appetizers, I think I'm gonna let you handle the main course, and you'll see that it's a little more involved than spreading liverwurst.
All this stuff with Gail is just between you and me, okay?
Okay, just a few cheese and crackers to tide us over.
Thank you.
So, any news on Gail?
No, she hung up the second she heard my voice. I should really cancel that phone. It's still in my name.
Yes, you should. She could leave you with a huge credit rating problem and not to mention a huge bill.
Yeah, I know. I was just talking to Courtney about trying to keep this thing under wraps. I kind of enjoy your parents liking me.
Sean, do not worry about it. They understand. You know, Gail is a crazy person.
That's true.
I didn't think shrinks use words like that.
Only in my off hours. But I gotta tell you, you know, this whole palimony thread, I think it shows some real insecurity on Gail's part.
About what?
I don't know for certain. It just shows that she can't let go of the past, I guess.
That's what you said about Andy.
Speaking of Andy, he gave me some pictures that he took at Kate's party the other night. Here, take a look. I think he's really talented.
Hey, who took this one of Andy?
Oh, I did. I insisted that he be in at least one of the pictures.
Oh, yeah, I think you're showing a little talent there, kid.
Well, thank you. Don't forget that either.
I won't.
Okay. Would you like to help me in the kitchen just a minute?
Yes, I'd love to. I'm getting nowhere with this game.
Thank you.
I quit.
Yeah, well, I always win.
Competitive, aren't we?
I don't even know if you ever got my letter.
I Love You to Death is hilarious.
Yes, yes!
Kevin Kline has never been funnier.
Oh, yeah, you think? Thanks.
An outrageous, bounce-off-the-wall comedy. I Love You to Death. Rated R. Now playing at a theater near you.
Want a bigger bang out of your next birthday? Funfetti cake and frosting comes with colorful sprinkles you put on.
It's an explosion of color.
Nothing says lovin' like Funfetti.
Sears Portrait Studio announces a store-wide clearance on smiles.
Big smiles, little smiles, funny smiles. They're all on sale. This week, get $10 off our big 24-piece portrait package. One 10x13 wall portrait, two 8x10s, three 5x7s, 15 wallets, and 3 portrait charms. Regularly $24.95, this week $14.95. But hurry, Sears $10 off sale ends soon. Don't miss it.
Sometimes things that look alike are really very different. Both our sandwiches look alike, but Jimmy's tastes much better because it's got Kraft singles made from 5 ounces of milk per slice. Joey's sandwich has imitation cheese slices. They're made from mostly oil and water. So remember, just because things look alike doesn't mean they are. Kraft singles. Milk makes them better.
Tone up your body with exercise. Tone up your skin with tone.
I'm toning up. I'm toning up from my head to my toes. I'm toning up. I'm toning up. Now my skin's gonna glow. I'm toning up. I'm toning up, looking good. I'm toning up.
Tone, the skincare bar with cocoa butter. It cleans, moisturizes, and conditions for healthy-looking skin.
I'm toning up. I'm toning up. Now my skin's gonna glow.
Tone up with Tone, now in cream color.
Oh, Mark Harrington called me the other day.
Yeah?
He's kept in touch with my family since we took that trip back to South Philly last year. Apparently my brother's going in for surgery on a brain tumor.
Oh, Shannon. Sorry. Have you talked to him?
Well, I called, but I didn't learn much. Apparently Neil doesn't want me to worry, which of course makes me worry even more.
Sure. Well, Shannon, I'd be glad to speak to the doctor if you'd like me to.
Well, that would be wonderful. Thanks, Bob.
Just leave the number when you're in to see Dr. Samuels tomorrow.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
That would be your turn.
No, that would be your turn.
I hate this.
Doug and I suggested to Andy that he talk to you about some freelance work at the Argus.
Well, sure, Bob. Have him call me, and I'll put him in touch with our head photographer.
Thank you.
Oh, Shannon, how is Scott Trumbull doing? He's this kid we had to take to the center. He's got a history of IV drug use.
Well, actually, Franny is working really hard with him, but he seems more cut off than the rest of the kids. So.
Maybe it would be a good idea for him to talk to Andy. Let him see somebody that's actually beating an addiction. Okay, here we go. Let's see who's down here. Well, he refused to stay in bed, and that's, all I can do about it. But we did happen to uncover something upstairs that you might be interested in, Dad.
Oh, what is this?
There you go.
Do not open until your 5th anniversary. You're gonna make us wait, huh?
Hey, that's life, Dad.
Well, listen, we will open this in front of a crackling fire. Thank you.
Yeah, that's really sweet of you to remember. Thank you. How could we forget?
Hey, where's Leanne, anyway?
She's over at Duke's.
Oh, well, that's nice. He's been kind of like a lost lamb without her.
I'm glad you told me. Maybe this will make us closer. I'll tell you, that's the last time I pressure you about anything. And hey, I promise, no more what's-her-names.
Duke, I'm just glad you understand.
What's to understand? I better send John your way. DA will send the cops out after me.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa, check that out. Hold on here. I think I got an umbrella. Yeah.
Great. Oh, thanks.
There you go. How about I walk you to your car?
No, you'll just get wet. I'll be fine.
Okay. Drive safely. I'll call you later. Wait. No.
Yeah, no. Better yet, I'll call you.
Yeah, sounds better.
I'll see you later.
She just left, Mr. Hughes. I promise I didn't jump her bones. Hello? Oh, Pop, hi. No, I'm sorry. I was expecting someone else, so what? Yeah, Andy came by. He wanted to borrow some money. I guess he spent all his allowance on some photography stuff. No, I couldn't. Mr. Big Spender here, all $4. About an hour ago, why? Oh. That's weird, because when he left, he said he was on his way home.
special kind of love no one can match. You'll find it in the Cabbage Patch. Cabbage Patch Kids, a special kind of love.
When your child adopts a Cabbage Patch Kid, a special kind of love is born.
I promise to be a good parent to my Cabbage Patch Kid.
They're each different as can be. They've got birth certificates and adoption papers.
Cabbage Patch Kids, a special...
Xavier Roberts, Cabbage Patch Kids.
Our Volunteer of the Year is Doris Craig.
It's terrific how Depend changes people's lives. And now there is a terrific change in Depend elastic leg undergarments. It's called AbsorbLock, a unique leakage protection system that locks in 25% more. It'll do wonders for your confidence and get you back into life. Thank you so much.
Get back into life with Depend.
Now with AbsorbLock protection.
If constipation slows you down, you need to know what doctors know, that fiber laxatives are a better way to relieve constipation. Fiberall has more fiber than Metamucil.
Because only Fiberall adds healthy brand fiber. Fiberall, the one with more fiber.
When static cling messes everything they wear.
Try new improved Snuggle Dryer Sheets.
Socks and sweaters, pants and skirts are static free, it's true.
Because new Snuggle Dryer Sheets stop static better than ever before.
Looky here! Who we found standing around out in the rain?
Oh, I found the lights on. I'm up.
Hi, come in, sit down with
All
us,
right,
keep
just for a
warm.
minute, because I want to get back home.
How was your dinner with Lenore?
It was okay. I think she's agreed to let Kirk see the children if he gets back this weekend.
They're still up in Maine, right?
Yeah, so he'll fly up there before he comes home.
Is Lenore going to have time to stop out to the farm?
No, not this trip. She's going to see the kids. She wants to be home to see the kids for Easter.
Oh, of course.
And that reminds me, I would like to invite Lily out for Easter dinner, and possibly Bianca.
Yes, and why don't I invite Lucinda and John as well?
Oh.
Gail, listen. She hung up again. 3 strikes, you're out.
Why do you keep trying?
I'm stopping. It's up to Jess now. Look, I should really drive Courtney home.
Yeah,
Well, if you got me a car, you wouldn't have to chauffeur me around all the time.
Did I hear something?
Oh, Sean, come on.
Court, look, I might have big lawyer expenses now, and if worse comes to worse, I might have to pay a settlement. All right?
Well, I could take it out of my trust fund.
That's for school.
I'm going to public school now.
All of 3 months, then in college. Can we talk about this in the car?
Okay, well, at
All
least
right.
let me drive, please. I'm a good driver. I took driver's ed. Please. Thank you.
Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Oh.
Hey.
Hi.
How was dinner?
Very nice, thank you. How about yours?
It was excellent.
Good. Keep me posted.
I will. Mom's the word, huh?
Yeah, you bet.
All right. Well, congratulations. I hear you have an anniversary coming up. Have a good one.
Thank you. We're hoping to.
All right. We will see ourselves out.
Okay, good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
So, you two still headed to the cabin?
Tomorrow, yeah, but I just wish the weather were better.
Not me. I want to keep you trapped inside by the fire.
Oh.
I gotta make a call.
Listen, Mom, I talked to Andy tonight. No go.
It's Dr. Hughes. Any message?
Okay, sweetheart. Thanks for trying.
All right.
Thank you.
Good night, sweetie.
Good night.
Good night, Daddy.
I've got to stop by the hospital and see a patient.
No. I was hoping this rain would keep you trapped inside here at our fire.
Touché. I'll call the resident on duty and get a status report.
Okie doke.
Hello. Just a minute. Guess who?
Yes, John. Wait a minute. Wait, just a minute. Andy told Duke what? Well, that's not possible. Andy just got his allowance. What? There's no way in the world he could have gone through that so quickly. Well, unless, of course, he's drinking again.
What's it gonna take this time? Being on the road, taking someone with you?
I can take a check if you got an ID.
Sure, I got an ID. Here you go.
What do you know? 21-year-olds look younger every day.
I'm a senior at Oakdale U.
Okay, I've seen the ID. Write the check, but it better be good.
There. Stays a rock. Okay. Just an easy drive home.
Dear Flintstones kids, 10 million strong and growing.
It's a big world, and no one helps kids grow into it strong and healthy better than Flintstones, with all the vitamins kids need.
Dear Flintstones kids, 10 million strong and growing. Dear Flintstones kids, 10 million strong
Flintstones, preferred by more moms than any other children's vitamin.
and growing.
Oh, hi, Anne. Listen, I've only got a minute, but I can talk. I'm just cleaning.
Introducing Pine Sol Spruce Ups, the pre-moistened cleaner in a cloth.
Sure, I can talk and clean. It's easy when you don't need a sponge spray or paper towels.
New Pine Sol Spruce Ups do it all. They clean, wipe, and dry in one stroke.
You ought to try them. They do a great job. Listen, I've got to run.
Free up your day. Spruce up with Spruce Ups in lemon or fresh scent. It's new.
If you took Benadryl for your allergy this morning, there's something you should know. Contact maximum strength caplets work twice as long.
Gesundheit.
Until there's a cure, there's contact.
Constipated? You can have the convenience of tablets or the healthy regularity of fiber powders. Better yet, you can have both. Fiber laxative tablets, FiberCon. Fiber benefits, tablet convenience. FiberCon, the fiber laxative in a tablet.
I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Jack sweet-talked his way out of the guest room and into the bedroom.
I love you.
Has Victor lost Nikki for good?
I married him of my own free will, and he cares about my happiness.
He's making a fool of you. This is too hot.
The Young and the Restless, weekdays. It's an all-new three-ring spectacular with incredible, never-before-seen entertainment. Nell Carter hosts the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus Friday at 8.
Stay tuned for Guiding Light, next on most of the CBS stations. Jewelry by Monet. Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns.
This is CBS.